Totally unexpected discoveries are usually the highlight of any adventure. And today, that's exactly what happened. Hey everybody, what's up? Well, I think I have an awesome adventure for us today. Got all my camping gear loaded, my wife's loaded, and we can get out of here. I'll have to see how long this actually takes, because we drove past a bunch of abandoned buildings on our way to our camp spot, but that's not even why I was here. There's a town I want to go see, so that might be in the next video. It might not. We'll find out in a little bit. But that's why I like overlanding. I don't have to rent a hotel room. I've already got all my camping gear because I've been camping for 30, 40 years now. It makes it real easy if you're set up properly. Have a quick tent, minimal gear, and then you just camp wherever you want to explore, basically. I think we're probably only about maybe 10 miles from the town I want to go look at. Then I found a bunch of abandoned buildings. So let's go look at them. I'll tell you about them and we'll move on. We might end up spending the night again somewhere else. I'll see you when we get there. Gosh, kind of feels like we're in Oregon, but we're not. We're in Idaho. Okay, we're almost there. We're definitely to our first abandoned building, and it's for sale. Okay, I was just informed this is not for sale. There's a house behind this that's for sale. But man, that's cool. I'd go up there, but they got one of these. And we got a bunch of construction here. I guess this area is part of the Superfund. And that is like a major cleanup of basically mine pollution. So we're gonna go see this stuff before they tear it down. They said they've been working on it for 4 years, and it's projected to go another 20. That's how much stuff is up here. It's crazy. Okay, we have our next set of abandoned buildings. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to show you that stuff yet. We're gonna have to fly the drone to see these buildings, and there's a lot up here. Hopefully I can give you a good idea of how busy this place was. This canyon's so narrow they didn't have room for a road, basically, is what I read. Because the railroad came up here and it went right through the hotel. I think it was the Tiger Hotel, and the trains went right through the hotel, right through the main lobby. But there's rock walls and ruins everywhere right now. But it'll all be gone soon. This place is under reclamation. They're gonna fix her up. Man. Well, let's get the drone up. See, there's a bunch of mine ruins up there. There's a whole bunch of mine ruins right there. Mine ruins right here, right here, right here. It's crazy. This is Burke, Idaho. It's considered one of Idaho's most fascinating mining towns. Rich deposits of silver, lead, and zinc were discovered here in 1884, only about 7 miles from the town of Wallace. This canyon was only about 300 feet wide in places, which forced the town to grow up instead of out. There wasn't enough room for a normal main street, so the railroad became the town's main artery. This is what's left of the Star Mine and one of the greatest mines of the Coeur d'Alene mining district. Eventually, the Star Mine connected with the neighboring Morning Mine, creating the massive Star Morning Mine. The mine workings eventually extended to nearly 8,000 feet below the surface, making it one of the deepest underground mines in the United States. Try and imagine being a miner reporting for day shift in the 1970s. You would gear up by putting on your coveralls and hard hat and making sure your headlamp and self-rescuer were in good working order. Then climb into the shaft cage that's connected to this giant head frame and descend down into the number 4 shaft. The cage would drop at speeds of nearly 2,000 feet per minute, and the miners would exit at various shaft stations, thousands of feet below the surface. Then hop on one of the electric trains used to haul personnel and ore. Before you would reach the rock face to begin working, this could take up to an hour, depending on where you worked that day. The Star Morning Complex contained more than 50 miles of underground workings. When most people think about a mine, they picture a cool, maybe a little bit damp hole in the mountain. But down at the lower levels, the rock is hot, heating the air to about 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 degrees Celsius, with a very high humidity. Miners describe stepping off the cage was like stepping into a steam bath. A miner's shift was usually 8 hours, not including the elevator and the train ride to the bottom and then back to the surface. They would easily spend 9 to 10 hours underground before you saw daylight again. Standing on the lowest levels of the mine, you would have nearly 1.5 miles of solid mountain above your head. That made the Star Mine one of the deepest and most technically demanding mines in North America. Mining operations were suspended in 1982. The Hecla Mining Company has made a few attempts to re-explore and rehabilitate the silver mine since then, but it doesn't look like this mine will ever reopen. Burke was home to one of the most unusual hotels ever built in the American West. The hotel had 150 rooms, but the canyon was so narrow the creek, the railroad, and the road went right through the hotel. The Tiger Hotel was destroyed by a fire in 1923, but they rebuilt and expanded. But sadly, in the 1940s, mining declined and the hotel was turned into apartments. And by the early 1950s, the building was abandoned and demolished in 1954 due to safety concerns. gosh, can you imagine going inside these buildings? What it looks like? It's crazy just sitting on the other side of the road looking at them. Fixer-upper for you? So that's where the Frisco mine sat. Between 1887 and 1892, silver prices fell and mine owners cut wages. The miners organized unions and refused the pay cuts. The mines hired non-union workers and armed guards to protect them, while also using undercover detectives, including the Pinkerton agents, to infiltrate the unions. On July 11, 1892, fighting broke out around the Gem and the Frisco mines. After hours of gunfire, the striking miners packed a railroad car full of dynamite and blew up the Frisco mine. 6 people were killed, many were wounded, and the mill was destroyed. Martial law was declared and U.S. troops occupied the mining towns. Hundreds of miners were rounded up and held in makeshift outdoor prisons known as bullpens, often without formal charges. Seven years later, in 1899, tensions flared again. About 1,000 Union miners hijacked a train, now famously known as the Dynamite Express. Packed with explosive, they took the train to the Bunker Hill concentrator and blew it up. Once again, martial law was declared. Federal troops were brought in, and more than 1,000 Union miners were imprisoned in bullpens. Due to time constraints, tune in next week and see how the rest of today's adventure went. I'll admit, it got a little bit crazy at the end. But this is also the center of the universe. Don't leave yet. Give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. Or take it a step further and push the join button and become a member and get your name on this list. But regardless, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And don't forget, if you can, take the long way home. I hope you had fun. I know we did. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.